Hi everybody, welcome to Cut the Kibble. I'm Paula and this is Miss Bella, my 11-and-a-half-year-old Bichon. And no, we're not in the kitchen today. Today I'm going to do a dog food review on Royal Canin. I started doing consultations and there seems to be, yeah, I know, I love you too. There seems to be a trend with the people calling me for help that their dogs are on this product, Royal Canin dog food. They're vomiting, they have bloody stools, they're going to the ER, coming back and still being on this dog food. And, I wanted just to do a review on it. And I'm going to look down at my paper here because I'm not good when it comes to numbers. But before we get into the review, I want to tell you that the dog food industry is a huge money-making industry. It's actually doing fantastic on the New York Stock Exchange, okay? So right now, well, in 2019, it was $87.08 billion. And in 2020, it was going to be $92.66 billion with a projected growth rate of 4.7% compounded between 2020 and 2027. And it's going to be projected at $124.9 billion industry in 2027, okay? So why is this? Why? Well, a lot of people are getting dogs and they're getting more dogs. And a lot of them have gotten them in the pandemic because they were isolated at home and they wanted a companion. My daughter was one of them. I suggested, why don't you get a dog? So she adopted one. Many people are adopting dogs. So this is where you get this projected growth. And these people, they want to have a quick, efficient, easy, no mess dog food, and that's called kibble, okay? And we know that kibble is not good. So have you ever thought about who owns these companies? Here are some of the big names that own dog food companies. Ever heard of Schmuckers? They make jelly. They also make, they own the dog food company. Have you ever heard of Mars? They make M&Ms and all these candies. And that is owned by Royal Canin. I think I'm going to sneeze here. I was outside a little while ago. Royal Canin is so huge that this is May 2nd, May of this year, 2021, this is 2021, right? Yeah. They are starting to build a brand new facility in Ohio. Mars is putting out $390 million to build this facility to make Royal Canin dog food, okay? Now, and I also want to tell you, just because they're building a plant in Ohio, I believe they have one in Tennessee too, doesn't mean that it's made in America, okay? 97% of these vitamins that you look at the back of the dog food, they're all still being sourced from China, okay? So something can be made in America, but where are they getting those ingredients? It's very important. And if you call a company and you ask them that and they cannot be transparent, you should not trust that company. Well, I don't trust Royal Canin because I'm going to review it with you now. So let's get going with the review. Okay, here's a list of Royal Canin's hydrolyzed dog food. And the first ingredients is brewer's rice. Now, mind you, that on all ingredients, people and dogs food, the ingredients are listed from the most, how much is in it in percentage, to the least. So citric acid would be a very little amount, and brewer's rice is a lot of amounts. So what is brewer's rice? It's a cereal grain byproduct. Small fragments are left over after milling the whole rice. It has minimum amount, below minimum amount of nutritional value. And the second ingredient is hydrolyzed soy protein. Let's break that down. When I think of protein for a dog, not your dog, your family member, I'm thinking of chicken or beef or turkey or kangaroo or, think of other rabbit, novel protein. I'm not thinking of soy. Why am I not thinking of soy? Soy in the United States is a GMO product, genetically modified. And that means that it is also sprayed with glyphosate by the company Monsanto. You may have heard of all these people being suing Monsanto because their loved one has died using Roundup. Roundup is a weed killer, and the glyphosate, since it's GMO, is sprayed with glyphosate onto the soy. All soy in the United States is GMO. Okay, there are links, or studies, I should say, saying that glyphosate is a cause for cancer in people, cancer in animals. And what the heck is hydrolyzed? It's a soy chemically broken down into its component of amino acid. I don't know. It doesn't really sound like a food to me. So we're just going to really briefly look over. There's chicken fat. There's natural flavors. There's nothing natural about natural flavors. If it was rosemary or chicken or bouillon, it would say that. But to put natural flavors, the FDA does not regulate the dog food industry. There can be up to 200 chemicals into natural flavors, and that goes for people food as well. The beef pulp is very controversial if that is good or not. I would never use that for my dog. Vegetable oil that's very vague. What kind of oil? Vegetable oil is highly processed. You want to see, and plus vegetable oil, you got to be very careful of the omega fatty acids. It needs to have a 6:1 ratio, and that's probably very high on omega 6s. And the fish oil, fish oil is good, but that again is very, very vague. What kind of fish oil? Is it pharmaceutical grade fish oil, or is it pet grade fish oil? Pet grade fish oil stinks. It'll make your dog stink. But what's really bad about pet grade fish oil, it has not been refined to get all the impurities, the mercury, the lead, and all the other stuff out of it. In addition, the fish oil is not added to the kibble. After the kibble is all made into these little squares or circles and it's all dried up, they spray that onto the kibble and dump it in the bag. And then once you open that bag, air starts getting in and it oxidizes. It makes the fish oil go rancid. So your dog may like any kibble I'm talking about now at the very beginning, and halfway through, they may start not eating it and maybe getting sick because they're getting the rancid fish oil that they have to spray. And then all these other things, I don't know how to pronounce them. I don't know what they are. I don't know where they come from. 97% of all these vitamins are still coming from China. Okay. So basically, let's just look at this for a second. Take a deep breath. Does this look like food to you? Like, why are you giving this to your dog? You're giving this to your dog because it is sold in the vet stores. I don't want to say anything bad about vets. We need vets for surgery, and they go to school and they study surgery, but they don't study nutrition. The nutrition that they do study, the textbooks are written by Hill's Science Diet and Royal Canin, okay? The vets are in bed with these big dog food companies, okay? Please do not feed your dog Royal Canin. If you cannot home cook, I can give you an alternative that will be so much healthier for your dog. But please, not only is this so bad for your dog, but it's so expensive. And I just want to very briefly show you a letter from one of my clients who she said that her dog was getting Royal Canin and it was getting blood in the stool. It had IBS, failure to thrive, not gaining weight. And she started looking at my videos, started cooking, and now the dog is doing fantastic. She's gaining weight and she's just loving life now. So please, if you keep on going to your vet, keep on spending money. If you keep on going to the emergency because your dog has bloody stools and your dog is throwing up, and you're feeding your dog Royal Canin or Hill's Science Diet, you gotta stop. It's just not good for them. Anyway, I'm here to educate you. You need to do your own research, but just because your vet sells a product, they also sell flea and tick products, and they can cause seizures and death in dogs. So you are the only advocate for your dog. If you can find a holistic vet, that would be the best thing for you. All right, I'm signing off from Cut the Kibble.